Miss Rookies. Ever wonder what Stephen A. would look like if he were much better at basketball than he is? And in 2K, well, you're in luck.
Oh,
He's in there. Is he the answer for the Knicks?
Look at the throwback socks, though.
With the hoodie on. Let me tell you something. I don't know if this would be Stephen A.'s dream or his nightmare to play for the Knicks because there's so much heartache and headache he already going through right now. If he actually played for the team, the paycheck would be better.
Can you imagine all the noise talking to you? Oh, boy, you probably have classic lines. Look at him.
Now, he'll let you. He'll got a scrapbook from when he played at Winston-Salem State. He'll tell you that he was doing probably some of these things.
Yeah, he was not doing that, I tell you that. Now that he might have been doing. Make backdrops. Here's Giannis in Greece with his brother. Working on some little dribble and like handling drills there. Nice backdrop. I mean, Perk, if this was how you were working on your basketball, you'd still be in the league.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, but look, you got to pray. I love this. This is a make because, look, Giannis could be taking time off right now, but he's working with his brother, man. He's just trying to get better. That's why you got to love this guy, and that's why he's the MVP.
How blessed is the Antetokounmpo family? They've got four boys. They all play ball. They all fairly good.
Yeah.
One of them is really good.
Really good.
Gotta be proud.
All right, Miss Safety, check out this violent bowling machine.
Oh no!
It only bowls strikes, and that is like bam, right?
You know who bowls like that?
Oh,
Tracy McGrady.
Wow.
Remember we went bowling in L.A. at Lucky Strike? And he doesn't bowl, he pitches.
He pitches, but he's a baseball pitcher.
So
we've seen the robots who are perfect at hitting threes.
They're taking over the world.
Chris Paul.
That's Dirk. That ain't no robot.
Chris Paul is a pretty serious bowler. He has like a charity bowling tournament every year.
Russell
he needs to get this robot on his team.
Yeah.
Russ Ball?
Yeah.
They come up with everything.
When Tracy bowls, the ball doesn't touch the ground.
If it works, it works. Make free time. Is anyone enjoying their summer vacation more than Kevin Love? No, they are not. This is him hitting, and he wanted to make sure everyone knows they're biodegradable golf balls, and it's on a driving range.
Where?
Kyle Kuzma on a glacier. Kevin Kuzma tweets, Kevin Love has had the best summer I've ever seen anyone have. He was in a national park doing with the rocks. He was touring around Southeast Asia.
Wow.
Right? And then, he's been in Whistler, which is where you get these photos, and then him on the glacier contemplating life.
Really quick, you know who's having the worst summer? Pablo Torre. His Instagram is awful. Get back to High Noon, man. Your vacation looks like it's miserable the whole time.
K-Love, living your best life, man. I love it, man.
Got it. Miss Invites. Kirk, you posted this pic yesterday with your former Celtic squad. You, Rondo Pierce, KG, Sam Cassell.
Is that me or Suge Knight?
Oh.
You gotta have the red jacket on for that. Hold on.
I don't even want to bring up who is missing in that picture because that is well-covered ground. No, I want to know what you talked about.
Oh, we talked about everything. Listen, we stayed in that room for 4 hours.
I buy that.
And obviously, KG and Paul took over the room as usual with their jokes. They was telling me how much weight I gained. And KG was like, God damn, boy, look how big you is, boy. I'm like, man, look. They had you know how you go to college, you put on the freshman 15.
Right.
I put on the retirement 30. I'm eating good right now. I don't have to work out, do nothing. I get back on in a couple months.
He didn't get there. Dirk Nowitzki said that he's eaten ice cream every day since he retired.
I don't blame him.
Right?
Just think about it.
Dirk
we had
Nowitzki.
to die and sacrifice. Hey, KG, chill out, man.
Right? We've seen Dwayne Wade, obviously, enjoying his best life since he retired. It's been a long time. You guys all deserve it. Welcome back to Las Vegas. We are here at the Jump at Summer League. But I want to talk a little bit about a seasoned vet, Andre Iguodala. Widely assumed that after Iggy was traded to Memphis, he would be bought out by the Grizzlies. But Tim McMahon reporting the Grizz are actively exploring the trade market for the former Finals MVP. Makes sense, right? There's a lot of teams who want him, so why not get some value? McMahon saying that the Rockets have some interest. Iggy entering the final year of his contract, $17 million per. What do you think about that? Do you think they will find a trade partner for Iggy?
No, I think there's a market for him. Like you said, he can still play. He's still a productive player. He's got great experience. I don't know if you read the Ethan Strauss article in the Athletic about Andre Iguodala, what he meant to that team.
Yes.
He was a leader on that team. He wasn't a bench player. He was a bench mob boss, right? But the other thing about this, I saw someone on Twitter say, wow, the Grizzlies could get a first-round pick to take him and then another first-round pick to give him up.
Right.
Has that ever happened? And I said, yes. Kurt Thomas in 2007. We traded him from Phoenix to Oklahoma City. They got 2 firsts from us, and then they flipped him, I believe, to San Antonio and got another first out of that. When you have a player like Kurt Thomas, like Andre Iguodala, vets who know how to win,
Yes.
who are still productive, there's always a market for them.
Always. I mean, I could name several teams that need Andre Iguodala. I could see him with the Rockets. I could see him with OKC Thunder.
Tim McMahon, the other team that he brought up besides the Rockets was the Dallas Mavericks.
Dallas Mavericks, I could see that also. Shoot, I mean, Utah already been stacked up. Why not give it a shot? I mean, but like Iggy got a lot he have a lot left in the tank. I think he led the playoffs last year in dunks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like he's still productive, still a great asset to be on the court. And I think, Memphis might want to keep.
I don't think so.
It is
Why not,
interesting,
though?
I don't think he's going to want to stay.
He probably don't want to stay, but I'm saying Memphis is saying something by saying, hey, we might want to trade for you, or you might want to stay. We might want to keep you, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's an interesting thing, too, to see how different front offices operate, and that's where you see the front office advantage so much in different corners of the league. There are some front offices who, as soon as they get these vet players, just cut them. We've seen that with the Suns a couple times, right? And then you have front offices that say, we will wait until the last possible moment to find someone to take him so we can get something back for
Because
him.
worst case scenario, you're paying them to stay at home.
Right.
And if money is not an issue, where we're counting each last dollar, then you have that ability to do that.
Right, absolutely. I want to get to Jimmy Butler as well, because there's a report on ESPN.com where a lot of scouts and executives anonymously sort of quoted saying that the Rockets, quote, dodged a bullet by missing out on Butler. One league source said, quote, Butler is not exactly a calming influence. Now, I have to say, in these stories, if you give rival executives the chance to talk anonymously about another front office or player, they will. Obviously, Jimmy Butler felt he dodged a bit of a bullet too, because he did not explore really going to the Rockets. Right. He met with the Heat, and that's where he wanted to go, and that's where the sign and trade happened. I would personally say they dodged a bullet with each other. Is that the best way to put it?
I think sometimes
it's just not a great fit.
When you hear a story like that, it makes it seem like he's bad, they're good, or they're bad and he's too good for them. Sometimes it's just not the right fit.
It's not the right fit.
I think there's an element of truth in that. They have a lot of acrimony, and Jimmy comes in, and he's not a sugarcoat kind of guy.
Right.
He's not I'm going to make you feel good even though you're wrong here. He's going to tell you exactly how it is. And in a sensitive situation like Houston's in, maybe that's not the right voice to be in the room at the time. On the other hand, Miami's where they always wanted to be. We talked about this before. If you think about all the things that Jimmy Butler is about, that's the Miami Heat culture. Yep. There's no better fit I could think of between a player and a team than Jimmy and Miami.
Well, I agree with that, but I do have a point. The Rockets are not better off with Jimmy. And I'm going to tell you why. For the simple fact that he don't sugarcoat it. That's what the Rockets need. They need honesty. He want to win the title, so they need a guy like him to hold guys accountable.
Right.
Also, this is a Houston native. He's going back to his hometown. You don't think he's going to play with a lot of pride if he was with the Rockets, play with his heart out to try to bring a championship to Houston? So I think, are the Rockets better off with Jimmy Butler? Absolutely not. You add Jimmy Butler to this team right now because the West is wide open. It makes the Rockets better, in my opinion.
Right.
But I understand the part what you're saying about the culture, about how it matched well with Miami. But we can't look too deep into it.
Right.
I'd rather take a player that's going to ruffle the feathers sometimes, but that's going to still go out here and give me 25, 30 points, 8 rebounds, 4 steals.
No, the basketball part.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but the Rockets need some of that,
that's
though.
True.
They need some of that.
Well, wouldn't you argue, though, the Rockets have someone who's not afraid to speak his mind and ruffle feathers in Chris Paul?
No, I can't argue that. He's been very quiet.
Publicly.
He's been very quiet. Yeah, publicly.
Which is what you want. You don't want them to take the problems out of house.
Yeah,
but in-house, we're getting reports that he's not happy with the way the offense is being run.
But see, the problem is with CP, I think CP needed to do a self-check because he asked to be traded out of New Orleans. Okay, then he went to the Clippers. They had little issues there. He asked to be traded out of there. Now he's having problems with the Rockets. So sooner or later, you got to point your finger at yourself because it can't be all three of the organizations. It might be you that might be the problem.
Well, Chris is a strong personality, too, and that is part of the fit issue with the Rockets and Jimmy Butler, where I was always like, wow, that's a lot of strong personalities in one. Chris Paul and Jimmy Butler, when people are upset about the way they speak their mind, the people who are in their corner often say, right, they just want to win so badly, and they think they see how they can do it. And I understand both of those approaches. I'm not sure you can have both of them in the same locker room.
You know what? One other point. You know who they took for granted, though? Trevor Ariza.
Yep.
They took. I think the Rockets took Trevor Ariza for granted. He was the only person on that team with a championship, with the championship pedigree. None of these other guys ever won a ring. None of these other guys ever touched the NBA Finals. And I think they took him for granted. They should have made it a priority to sign him back.
You are not the only one, Kendrick Perkins. You got a lot of Rockets fans who are saying he's singing my chorus. We're going to be talking coming up about Zion and RJ Barrett because they're going to be playing on this court behind us.
I will
just
be
hours
here.
from now. We will break it down. Jonathan Gavoni's going to be joining
I might
us.
stay here.
Maybe Perk's going to go out on that court. Stay tuned. You never know what's going to happen.
Retirement 30, right?